Hi everyone, I'm Desiree. You probably know me from my collaboration with DJ Fly on our new single called Euphoria of the Night. In this tutorial, Marco is going to show you how our music video was created. Let's dive right in.
Alright, hi everyone. You've probably seen my music video from my alter ego DJ Fly featuring Desiree, who is my new AI character. I think I'm gonna keep doing stuff with her because she's really cool and she has a pretty good voice and pretty great. And a lot of people have asked me like, how did you do this? Like, how did you make a music video where throughout that lip sync is basically perfect, right? Because that is really what this is. Like, her mouth moves perfectly throughout all these scenes, seamless, no hiccups. And yeah, so I thought I'd do a tutorial to show you how I did this. Let's dive right in. Alright, so this whole thing starts with Suno or Udio, either way, which one you use for your music. Because there's a feature here, like here's just a random song here, but what you can do is say create and then say get stems. Because what that does, it'll extract the vocals from the music, which is going to help you to create some of these lip sync sequences later on in HeyGen. So let me just like play some of that so you can hear this. So it starts out with nothing because the song has an instrumental intro, but if you go a little bit forward. Okay, there we go. Start to flow. Take my hand and don't think twice. Let me turn that off. So you can see that that's only the singing, but for the whole track, because here's the music. It's not actually perfect, but that does not matter for our purpose. We're only interested in that vocal part so that we have that isolated so that the lip sync is going to work a lot better. So we download that and then we're going to go to HeyGen. So let's meet again over there. Okay, so here we are in HeyGen, and what you do here basically is you're going to say you're going to pick avatar video, landscape, and then what you do is it's going to be a photo avatar. And I have here my model Desiree with a whole bunch of different looks already. I uploaded a whole bunch of these screens, or not screens, sorry, mid-journey renders with a consistent character, and this is her. What you do next is you pick one, so it goes in here, and then there's a default audio track here that we got rid of, and then you can say upload audio. Here's some that was already here, so I have the Euphoria stem file, which is that, voice only file. And now what we do is we render a video of the entire damn thing. We don't do a snippet, we don't do only a small piece of it, we just do the whole thing. So we create videos that are like this. I'm going to show you one. So here's a bunch of those that I made. So here's one, Desiree Stem 09. And let's listen to this for a minute. Feel the rhythm start to flow. Take my hand and don't think twice. So that looks pretty good, right? You have her singing, lip syncing, using only the audio from the voice, which will give you the absolute best lip sync possible with HeyGen. So that's it. So what you're going to do is you're going to render a bunch of those because it gets boring if she's the same angle, same everything all the time. So I rendered like 10 or so of them. Here's another one, for example. Here we go. Don't think twice. Here is where our dream. So now once we do all that, we end up with like a handful or 10 or however many of you want of these renders of your character lip syncing the vocals of your music. And it's clean, it looks good, works well. And what you'll see is that all of these have the exact same length as a song, right? 4 minutes and 23 seconds. You see that here. Here's another one. You see it, right? 4 minutes, 23 seconds. All of them have that same length, and that's going to come in very handy in the next part of this. What we do now is once you've downloaded all these, we're going to go into CapCut and we're going to put this all together. So I'm going to show you that there. All right, so here we are in CapCut, and now we're going to do all the magic that makes this a cool music video. So what I did is those long 4 minutes and 24-second videos with Desiree just lip syncing based on the stem are here. I got 4 of them here. The video contains more. This is just like a few items because that's all I need for the demo. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is lay down the audio, right? So this is just the music. So this is simply the whole song. That's as simple as that. Just the audio. Now it starts out with a bit of, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It starts out with some intro before the singing starts. So she starts singing around here. So what I did is I have this nice little ocean scene here, which I sped up a little bit, I believe, and then let's throw in this dancing guy. So let's start with this. Let's take a look here. So that's where she starts singing. So I'm speeding this one up. This is all, you could do whatever you want, right? You're making your own music video, whatever, right? But now that we have this, now we're going to do this magic with this lip syncing. So let's say we want some of this, right? So these are, like I said, these are all full length, right? You can see that here, full length, no problem, okay? So when I lay that here on this separate track, what I can do now is say, here it snaps, right? At the end of where I had my, my other footage. So let's say, so what's going to happen now is I'm snapping that here, and I click this one, and I split this scene, and I throw this away, right? So now, watch this, right? So now we have underneath the moonlit glow. So that works out perfectly, right? So let's say one thing we're going to do, by the way, is that you're going to turn all the audio off on these, because otherwise you hear that weird sort of double singing. We don't use the singing, we only use the video footage, because we have the singing in the original track. So now, again, here. Underneath the moonlit glow. So that looks fine, right? Now let's say, and now we want to do these scene changes. So what I'm going to do now is say, okay, I want it to be until here, for example. Click this again, split it, and now we can throw all this out because we're good now. Now we have this piece. Underneath the moonlit glow. Okay, so now there's a little bit of music only. So what I do is you throw in like a little bit of this stuff, for example, speeding it up a little bit. Short piece, right? All good. And then we say, okay, I want more of this. I want this scene after this. Again, this guy will snap here. I can take this, split it, throw this out, and now watch this, right? Underneath the moonlit glow. Feel the rhythm start to flow. Again, you hear that weird sound, right? So what we're doing again, turn the sound off. And for as long as you want this piece, you let it you let it go to wherever you want, and then you split it again, and then you throw the rest away, and now you have this here. And then we add one more for good measure so you can see the effect, right? So here's another one. Snap it here. Cut this off. Don't need it. And now we have basically this, right? So you start singing here. So I guess you got the picture right now, right? Again, you need to turn off the volume here and all that stuff. You can keep going like this until the entire video is done. So I add some B-roll footage in between. I have dancers. I have all kinds of stuff that goes in between. But if you lay out this entire track every time on top, you can cut it wherever you need it, and it will always be in perfect sync with the audio, and that's the trick. That's it. So you work through it, the whole video, you work through it that way, and then that's it. Now there's a couple other things here to bear in mind that we can discuss here real quick. So this ratio thing, all these models have different ratios and formats, but we want 16:9, so I set it to 16:9, and some of this footage, for example, this is a runway piece. It's not exactly 16:9. So we want to fix that by making it a little bigger. That's one of the things I always have to do here. And same thing for that guy, the dancer. There we go. And now one last thing I want to show you guys again. The downside of these, sorry, I want to show it to you guys. Not again, I haven't showed it to you yet. So one thing here is that this is very static, right? Underneath the moonlit glow. So her mouth moves, but nothing else does, which makes it feel a little bit robotic. There's a little trick that I want to show you there. There's two things you can do. The first one is to use this AI movement functionality, which is only available when you have CapCut Pro. So if you don't, you're going to have to do the other trick I'll be showing you next. But if you do, then you see there's like a dynamic, there's a zoom, and there's a shake, and then there's a soft. So basically what that does, and your mileage will vary with how good it looks. Sometimes it doesn't look good, sometimes it does. But when you click that, it's running, processing for a minute. What it's going to do is add some random movement using AI to that piece of video. So look. Underneath the moonlit glow. So you saw some movement. It's almost kind of like somebody's doing a handheld camera sort of thing. And, you know, so there's different variations. There's a zoom, there's a shake. You could play with this if you have CapCut Pro. I'm going to take it away again because we're showing you the other trick right now. If you don't have this or you don't like what it's doing, there's another thing you can do. And that's using keyframes and add some random motion, basically. So what I do here is I start at the beginning of this little piece. It snaps here. I tap it, click it. And now I'm going to say in the transform section here in video, I'm going to say add a keyframe. And then here, somewhere towards the end, here, I'm adding another keyframe. Click here. And now what I could do is say, well, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. And maybe we want to rotate it a little bit. Just, you know, add some kind of motion to it. And then it'll make that motion. So look. So you see that we added some of that motion here. You do whatever you want. You can make it rotate, you can make it zoom in, you can make it zoom out, whatever you need to do. And that will make it look a lot less static and more natural, even though that background is still technically static. But this is still a lot better. Look. Underneath the moonlit glow. So that's it, right? Now this one also is too small, so we need to make everything fit in that 16:9 thing. But now we have a little piece of the music video. We got the intro, And then we got some of the singing from Desiree, and that's how you do it. You can keep going with this forever, right? You can say, okay, this one, I want to cut it here, and then you throw that away, and then you put this back, and then you throw in another one like that. Again, you'd snap it here, you cut this in half, you throw that first part away, and then here again, you want to stop here, for example, cut it here, throw this away, and put this here, and that way it all sequences together perfectly, and everything's in sync. That's how you can do this. Now, of course, after that, you can add transitions, you can add effects, you can do anything you want. One other thing that I'll quickly show you, most people might know this, but if you don't, just in case you don't, you can also select this audio and then click this little shield with AI. It's Mark Beats 1 I'm doing here. That'll help you sequence your shots a little bit better because it'll actually give you these little markers for each beat. So before we finish up, I will show you the original file real quick, the finished file. I'm going to close this. And let me see, where is it? This is the one. Yeah, there we go. So this is the whole thing that I have. This is the entire film with everything on it. See there, I put some text in there to see what it is, and there's a noise effect that I've kept it on and off. That's it. You can see that I use this whole beats detection thing to have everything switch at the right time for the most part, where I felt that made sense, which adds a little bit of dynamic and makes it feel more natural. So here's a little piece here.
The night, we're shining stars, we're burning bright. Let our love light up the skies.
So as you can see, I have these scene changes on the beats, which makes it a lot more professional and cool looking. So that's one last trick that I would want to mention. So that's it. That's how I did it. I hope this was useful. It's just kind of ad hoc recording, so a little bit messy, but I hope this works for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reply below this post, and I'll try to help you out. Until next time, see you later.